some news stories that are developing here we should mention. David Aldridge is reporting that the Timberwolves' pursuit of Derrick Rose is very strong.
Yeah.
League source says Thibs wants to do this.
Yeah, he's wanting to get rid of Ricky Rubio from the moment he took that job.
And also, Jeff Darlington is reporting the Bears have actively begun shopping Jay Cutler. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, and then when they know you're going to waive him, they're not going to offer you much. Sam and Elgin, you're on the score.
Oh, speaking of our people who are 65 and 66, should I say, I want to ask you 2 questions about Greg Luzinski.
What? Why?
Why not?
No, I'm just curious.
There it is.
Why is
Great rebuttal
of everything that's going on? Why is Greg Luzinski top of mind?
That's awesome.
I don't know. It's been on my mind for a couple of days, and only you two could answer it for me, probably.
Well, Sam, what was when did it start? What happened? What was the moment you were like, Greg Luzinski? Like, did you jump up and scream in church? Like, what happened?
I think I did a YouTube search and tried to get the commentary of him hitting a home run on the roof of Luzinski. I believe it was in 1983, too, one of them.
Yeah, he did. Multiple times.
83. Right, 3 times. So how far did you have to hit it did him and Ron Kittle have to hit it to get on the roof of Old Comiskey? And growing up in Chicago at the same age as Terry Boers, did they possibly know each other beforehand?
Oh, Jesus.
What about thanks?
Did who know each other beforehand?
Terry Boers and Greg Luzinski. They're the same age. Grew up in Chicago, right? That was the second question.
Whatever happened to Juan Pizarro and the guys I used to grow up with?
I think would you
young Bob?
Yeah, call Bob and see if there's an extra room in his place.
See if Bob was wandering in Elgin about 30, 40 years ago.
I think Sam needs bingo night and an ice cream social.
I remember Jungle Jim Rivera.
Yeah,
Sam probably just got off of work, and for a couple of days now, because we were off yesterday for President's Day, for a couple of days, Greg Luzinski has been on his mind, and he could not wait to call up the Bernstein and Goff show, and especially you, Dan Bernstein, because you would have that Terry Boers knowledge.
And Carlton Fisk put it on the roof.
And put it on the glass.
Put it on the board, yes. And Kirk Gibson famously hit a Tom Seaver pitch well over the roof.
Look at Dan answering that question.
I don't know the exact distance, but oh boy. I'm going to call these guys and finally get this answered once and for all. And the other one was, so Greg Luzinski, who grew up in Niles, and Terry, who grew up in Stager. No, unless they were playing travel baseball tournaments against each other. I don't think they were palling around together, taking in wrestling at the amphitheater.
It is a matchup of ugly, apparently.
Yes, unless they met at the ugly pageant. He had a sash that said Niles, and Terry had the sash that says
this year's Creek contestant.
Hey, we're here again.
He is the Bill Russell of ugly. He's won 11 of these in the last 13 years. Ladies and gentlemen.
Niles always has strong programs as long as there's a Luzinski involved.
During the post-game interview about ugly. Well, I mean, that guy, he had a weird sawing accident.
Hey. South Side, this is Emmanuel on the score.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Okay.
All right, Jason, I want to say congrats, man. You come a long way from the brother I randomly heard behind the mic every now and then.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Beautiful thing to see, man.
Thank you.
Dan, I was wondering, you were entering one of your famous not Dusty tirade.
When?
Transposed to brothers.
When was I doing that?
You were just doing your Dusty tirade. Were you here?
Hold on. First of all, there's no tirade, and I was talking about an article that Bob Nightingale wrote about letters that he received, specifically mentioning how it was impossible to determine, and he didn't, as a journalist in that article, did not determine exactly from where those letters came, so it was unfair to paint Chicago necessarily as racist by using those letters and only those letters when there was no effort to find out where they came from. And I was just using that in context to talk about how difficult it is to determine where some of the vile Dexter Fowler vitriol comes from. That is the furthest thing from a Dusty Baker tirade.
Okay. Okay, that was a very eloquent response. But what I'm mainly speaking to is the fact that will you ever give him credit for Chicago Cubs venturing to even dare try to win before he got here?
I'm not arguing. Emmanuel, I'm not arguing something a decade old or more. This makes absolutely no sense.
Really? You just said when he commented about putting Chicago on the map, what he was talking about. He was talking about
Sammy
Chicago
Sosa.
Cubs
That wasn't Dusty
win.
Baker. That was Sammy Sosa.
We were dancing in the street and we were 500.
You're very confused. Those words were Sammy Sosa's words, not Dusty Baker's.
I'm a Cubs fan since the 80s, and we're 500. It was time to dance.
The put Chicago on the map comment was Sammy Sosa,
Okay.
not Dusty Baker.
Okay.
And we're criticizing Sammy Sosa for being wrong about that.
Okay. I'm talking about merely the fact that the Cubs weren't even considering winning until Dusty.
I don't know
got
what
here.
it was Sammy Sosa who said it.
Okay.
All right, that's a confused man on the South Side.
Well, a few of them.
That's I don't quite that last couple of calls there.
Shout out to him for resisting throughout the entire conversation, though. He was not hearing the actual factuals of the situation. What do you do to people, man?